Hi there! You're watching Malika Astrology, and this is your Vedic Astrology forecast for June for the sign of Libra. Before we dive in, one important note. This channel is dedicated to Vedic astrology, also known as Jyotish, and it's not the same as the Western horoscopes most people are familiar with. In the Vedic system, the signs are calculated differently, so your Vedic sign may not be the one you think you know. Check out the first video on this channel, where I explain the difference in detail. And one more thing, the forecasts here are based on your rising sign, your ascendant, not your sun sign. If you don't know your Vedic ascendant, simply send me your date of birth, your exact time of birth, and your place of birth, and I'll help you find it. All my contact details are in the description below. All right, let's talk about June, because for Libra, this month is a career milestone, and in many ways, a genuinely significant one. What is this month really about? June for Libra can be called one of the most meaningful months of the year, not because everything happens on its own, but because several major planetary events are creating the conditions for very serious professional and social growth. That said, June is not a simple month because it asks for activity, patience, and inner maturity all at once. The central themes are career, status, and reputation on one side, and partnership, relationships, and inner resources on the other. And above all of it sits one very important question. Are you ready to receive what life is offering, or are you still doubting your own worth? The first half is filled with partnership themes and hidden financial processes, while the second half delivers a powerful career impulse. Let's go through it step by step. Sun in the 8th house, through June 15th in Taurus. Let's start with the important backdrop of the first half of the month. The Sun is in Taurus, and for Libra, that's your 8th house, the house of transformation, hidden resources, other people's money, and deep change. The 8th house is everything that happens beneath the surface of life, hidden processes, shared finances, inheritance, loans, and psychological depths. And when the Sun moves through this house, your energy moves into hidden processes. Important events may arise around shared finances or partnership resources, and an interest in psychology and what lies beneath the visible surface of things intensifies. This is a time for deep inner work and caution around financial matters connected to other people's money. Not a good period for risky investments, but an excellent one for honest analysis of what is hidden. Mercury in the 9th house, May 29th through June 22nd in Gemini. Mercury is in Gemini, its home sign, and for Libra, Gemini is your 9th house, the house of higher education, philosophy, worldview, foreign connections, and long journeys. Mercury in the 9th house is a sharp mind directed toward big ideas, thoughts about the meaning of life, about where you are headed in the larger sense, and about your beliefs and worldview, with a real desire to study something significant, to discuss philosophical questions, and to share your perspective. A good time for working with foreign partners, publishing ideas, studying, and negotiations in an international context, because anything connected to expanding your horizons through words and knowledge is working well right now. And Venus is there too, at least for the first part of the month. Venus in the 9th house, through June 8th in Gemini. Venus, the ruling planet of Libra, is in your 9th house at the start of June, and this is a very pleasant configuration. Venus in the 9th house adds beauty and charm to the sphere of knowledge and travel, and a desire appears to study something beautiful, to travel, and to connect with people from other cultures. Romance through travel or through meeting someone from a different world is quite possible, and through June 8th, this is a good time for creative projects connected to education or international themes. And in the very first hours of June, one final impulse from Jupiter in the 9th house. Jupiter in the 9th house, through June 1st in Gemini. In the very first hours of June, Jupiter is still in your ninth house, and for almost a year, this transit has been giving you growth through education, international connections, and the expansion of your worldview. On June 1st, Jupiter leaves the ninth house, and this cycle closes. The worldview, the knowledge, and the convictions you have developed over this past year are now your foundation. So carry them with you into the new cycle. And as Jupiter moves on, it opens something very important, which I'll get to in just a moment. But first, something I want to draw your particular attention to: Mars in the seventh house. Mars is in Aries, and for Libra, that's your seventh house, the house of partnership, marriage, and business alliances. This is an important and not entirely easy configuration because Mars in the seventh house means high activity in the partnership sphere, but it's hot, forceful, and sometimes conflicted activity. Partners, romantic or professional, may behave more aggressively or demandingly than usual, or you yourself may feel irritation and impatience in your relationships. On the other side, Mars in the seventh can attract energetic and driven people into your life, and new business partners during this period may appear quickly and make a strong impression. The main rule here is don't make important decisions about partnership when you're feeling irritated, because Mars is heating things up and you don't want to burn bridges. And throughout the whole month, a few longer transits are running in the background. Rahu in the fifth house, all month in Aquarius. Rahu is in your fifth house, the house of love, creativity, children, and self-expression. And Rahu in the fifth house creates a strong and unconventional pull in the area of love and creativity. Romantic feelings may be vivid and unusual, and creative ideas may be ambitious and non-standard. But Rahu always brings fog, and in the fifth house it can create an infatuation that looks like great love, but turns out to be an illusion. So it's important to distinguish genuine feeling from an exciting but temporary game. Ketu in the 11th house, all month in Leo. Ketu is in your 11th house, the house of income, big goals, friends, and communities. And Ketu in the 11th house brings a certain detachment from the theme of social growth and income. Old ways of earning and old social circles are being reassessed. Some connections may fall away, and in their place, a more mature perspective opens on which people truly matter to you and which goals are genuinely yours. Saturn in the 6th house, all month in Pisces. Saturn is in your 6th house, the house of work, health, daily routine, and obstacles. And Saturn in the 6th house is actually a strong position for overcoming difficulties. The planet of discipline in the house of perseverance, together giving the ability to work methodically and to win through persistence. But this also means a lot of work, a lot of routine, and a lot of responsibility. So it's important not to push yourself to exhaustion, because rest is not a retreat from productivity. It is part of the system. And now, the main event of June, the one I wanted to give its own space. The main event of June, Jupiter enters Cancer. June 1st. Jupiter moves into the 10th house of Libra, into Cancer. Here it is, the main event not just of June, but of the entire second half of 2026 for your sign. On June 1st, Jupiter leaves your 9th house and moves into your 10th. And this shift changes the career and social picture for Libra in a fundamental way. Jupiter is the most benefic planet in Vedic astrology, and Cancer is the sign of Jupiter's exaltation, its maximum power. Think of an outstanding musician stepping onto the finest concert stage in the world, where everything they are capable of is fully expressed. That is Jupiter in Cancer. For Libra, Cancer is your 10th house. So let me tell you what this house actually covers, because it is very specific. The 10th house is your career and professional achievements, your reputation and social status, your place in society and what you are respected for, your relationship with authority and leadership, your public visibility, and at its deepest level, your calling. what you came into this world to do. When Jupiter in exaltation arrives in the 10th house, this is one of the finest career transits in Vedic astrology, and it can bring significant career growth, a promotion, a new position or status, recognition of your efforts and talent at the highest level, new professional opportunities that seem to open on their own, support from influential people and mentors, the feeling of finally being in the right place, in the right role, in the right life. And for some, greater public visibility and professional recognition in a broader sense. Jupiter will be in Cancer until the end of October 2026, and for Libra, this is one of the best career periods in the past 12 years, so use every opportunity it brings. Now, what happens in the second half of the month? Sun moves into the 9th house from June 15th in Gemini. On June 15th, the Sun leaves the 8th house and moves into the 9th, the house of worldview, education, and foreign connections. And the hidden tension of the first half of the month begins to lift as energy surfaces and moves in the direction of expansion and meaning. Mercury is already in the 9th house at this point, and the Sun joins it, creating a powerful combination of personal presence and sharp intellect in the house of wisdom. An excellent period after June 15th for publishing ideas, studying, international contacts, and any step connected to expanding your horizons. And on June 8th, something exceptionally beautiful happens in your 10th house. Venus moves into the 10th house from June 8th in Cancer. From June 8th, Venus, the ruler of Libra, arrives in your 10th house and meets Jupiter there, and this is an exceptional configuration. Venus in the 10th house for Libra means your personal planet is right in the house of career. Your work begins to carry beauty, charm, and attraction, and people perceive you as a remarkably appealing professional. Career opportunities may come through creativity, through aesthetics, through the beautiful, and when Venus meets Jupiter in exaltation in the 10th house, this is quite literally a professional blossoming, a rare and genuinely precious combination where career events during this period can be truly significant. And after June 20th, an important shift. Mars moves into the 8th house from June 20th in Taurus. After June 20th, Mars leaves the 7th house and moves into the 8th, and the tension in the partnership theme from the first half begins to ease as the atmosphere in relationships noticeably warms. But Mars in the 8th house brings its own energy. It moves deep into hidden processes and into financial matters connected to shared resources. So be attentive to money involving partners or third parties, and know that solitary physical activity is the best way to work with this energy constructively. Health in June. A few things worth paying attention to this month: the kidneys and lower back. Libra is physically connected to the kidneys and the lumbar region, and Mars in the 7th house in the first half creates tension in the partnership sphere, which for Libra often expresses itself through the lower back. So pay attention to this area and avoid drafts and physical strain. Hidden exhaustion. Saturn in the 6th house demands a great deal of work and discipline, and if you have been running on empty for a while, June may bring signals from your body. Don't ignore them, because rest is not a retreat from productivity, but part of the system. Emotional intensity. Rahu in the 5th house can create vivid but unstable emotional states, especially around love and creativity. So watch that emotional surges don't drain you physically. A lift after June 8th. When Venus arrives in the 10th house and meets Jupiter, your overall vitality noticeably rises. That is a real resource, so lean into it. Money in June. The financial picture for Libra in June is uneven, but with a strong positive direction. The Sun in the 8th house through the 15th calls for caution around shared finances and is not a time for risky investments. And Ketu in the 11th house continues to make the theme of direct income quieter than usual. But Jupiter in exaltation in the 10th house from June 1st opens career growth. And career growth, as a rule, is followed by financial growth, with Venus in the 10th from the 8th, strengthening this tendency. The main financial path for Libra in June runs through career and professional reputation, not through social schemes or partnership arrangements. Career in June. June is a career peak for Libra, and that is not an overstatement. Jupiter in exaltation in the 10th house from June 1st is the most powerful signal of professional growth for months to come. And from June 8th, Venus joins Jupiter in the 10th, bringing professional attractiveness to its maximum. People notice you, they value you, and they want to work with you. Mercury in the 9th house all month supports growth through education and sharp ideas. And the Sun in the 9th after the 15th adds personal conviction and presence. This is the time to act boldly in your career, to propose, to claim your place, to launch, because Jupiter in exaltation is opening doors that once seemed closed. Love and relationships in June. Mars in the 7th house through June 20th makes the partnership sphere hot and tense, and conflicts and heightened expectations are possible. But this is a test of the relationship's foundation, not its end. Rahu in the 5th house adds intensity to the romantic sphere, and feelings can be strong, but it's important to distinguish real attraction from an exciting but fleeting game. Through June 8th, Venus in the 9th house means romance may come through travel or through meeting someone from a very different world. And after the 8th, Venus moves into the 10th house and meets Jupiter there, where a meaningful connection through a professional setting is very possible, or a deepening of existing relationships through shared goals and ambitions. After the 20th, Mars leaves the 7th house, and the atmosphere in relationships noticeably warms. The month in summary. June for Libra is a month where the hidden depth of the first half transforms into the professional blossoming of the second. The first half is tense and deep, the Sun in the 8th house, Mars in the 7th, not a time for lightness, but a time for honest inner work and mature decisions in partnership. The second half is a completely different story, with Jupiter in exaltation in the 10th house, Venus right alongside it, and the Sun and Mercury in the 9th, creating a rare and genuinely beautiful combination of career growth, professional recognition, and expanding horizons. Your opportunities in June are career growth and professional recognition, charm and attractiveness in your professional sphere, education, international connections, and sharp ideas, unconventional romantic and creative events, and victory over obstacles through discipline and persistence. Where to be more careful. Shared finances and other people's money in the first half and after the 20th. Conflicts in partnership from impatience, illusory feelings and unrealistic romantic expectations, and exhaustion from an excessive workload. The main message of June. June 2026 is the month when Libra receives what has been earned through long effort and quiet maturation. Jupiter in exaltation in the 10th house is not luck, it is a result. And career doors are opening, not because of chance, but because you are ready. Allow yourself to step into this recognition without unnecessary modesty, because your time is now. This has been the general transit forecast for Libra in Vedic astrology. It describes the tendencies for everyone with this ascendant, but your personal story is always richer and more specific than any general forecast can capture. Your natal chart holds something this forecast simply cannot give you. Which themes will be most significant for you personally, how strongly these transits will show up in your life, and which moments this month could be genuinely pivotal for you and no one else. And that is what a personal reading is for. If you would like to explore your natal chart, reach out to me. All you need is your date of birth, your exact time of birth, and your place of birth, and all my contact details are below this video. You can also order a full year-ahead forecast. Until the next forecast, and may June bring you exactly what you need.